Okay, so core class, 30 minutes. We're just gonna knock this out real quick. We're gonna do just very brief warm up. And if you have a dumbbell that you can use, that'd be great. If not, no problem. We can make it work without it, or just use your water bottle, something like that's just fine. So just big inhale stretch. We're gonna take a couple side bends here just to kind of wake up. This will be kind of fast and furious. So if you need to take it slower or, pause for a few moments, you can do that. Round your back, tuck your belly button in. Good. And we're just going to fold ourselves all the way forward. Soften your knees and roll yourself up. Take a big stretch at the top and little baby back bend here. And moving on. Let's take our legs wide. Just kind of move through those inner thighs. We have some balance work. It's going to be kind of, my style of core, which is not crunches and sit-ups and things like that, right? Functional core. Feels good. Let's leave it to one side and take a big rotation and stretch and switch to the other side. All right, right down the middle, hips high, and then soften those knees and roll yourself all the way up. And let's go ahead and get going. So first move is with a dumbbell. Again, you can use a full water bottle if you need to. And we are going to move into a tree pose. I'm getting my timer going here with a bicep curl. So what that looks like is one side, okay, is going to be in a tree pose. Let me find my balance. Okay, the leg that's on the ground is going to be one that's holding the weight. And you're going to do bicep curls while you hold that tree pose. Your leg can be up high. It can be down low. You can have your toe tapped to the ground. Whatever works for you is completely fine. But let's get going for 45 seconds on one side. So brace the core. Stand up tall. Try not to sink into your hip. A little bit blinded here by the sun for a few moments, but that's all right. So again, fan that knee out to the side, but keep your hips pointing forward. So a little bit of strength training here, but mostly we're focusing on balance, not tipping over. Good, keep it coming. Good job. Again, even if you're just moving your arm up and down with no weight, you are still challenging yourself by working that balance. And we've got 10 seconds to go. We'll have a really quick change and just go right to the other side. So you got 3 seconds and done. Okay, shake out the legs a little bit. Move your arms around. I'm just gonna change gears real quick. We'll go to the other side and begin. So stand up tall. Again, work on that flexibility in your hips. My hips are a little sore from Monday night. I don't know about you guys. I think all those skaters did me in. Now think about your foot, with the foot on the ground. If it's wobbling around a lot, grip the ground with your toes. I'm wearing my chakras tonight because they're easier to balance in than tennis shoes. So if you want to go barefoot, great option for core. Good, keep coming. Slow it down if it's getting too easy. Take those reps a little bit slower. Perfect, you've got just 2 more. And whoop. Here's that last one, and weight goes down. All right, so we're gonna move on a little bit here. If you wanna use the water bottle or dumbbell for this next one, you're gonna do a side leg lift with a press right in front of the face. Ready? So with a weight and single leg. Again, you can just do this arms only, or if you have a band, you can pull that band apart. Now what I want you to do is try not to touch your foot to the ground. Hover it above the ground. Good, and again, if shoulders are an issue, just hold it and leg lift only. Woo! This is that balance for the core. I love it. Great job, almost there. Just 10 seconds more. Again, you're working on some ankle stability. Feeling that big time right now. Let's try to get 2 more lifts. And last one. And done. All right, set it down, shake out. Whew. And again, same thing on the other side. So again, if those presses get to be too much on the shoulders, just hold the weight only. Okay, get ready, get set, and here we go. Up. And this side is a little bit more challenging for me, so it might be a little wobbly. That's you, don't worry about it. Now, while we're here, we're working the core, right? So we want to draw everything in tight. So we're just kind of hanging out, not using that core strength. we're not getting what we came for. Nice work. Soft elbows at the top. You guys are doing great. 10 seconds to go. That's it. Make sure you hover that foot above the ground. And 2 more. Come on, finish it up. And we are done. All right, weight goes down. And we take a little bit of a breather here. Move our hips side to side. That was a lot of hip work. We're going to come down onto our hands, or sorry, onto our knees next. All right, so onto our knees, one leg forward into a lunging position, okay? We're gonna start with our arms out wide. So what I want you to do is tuck your hips under so you feel pressure from your knee and your shin to the floor. Okay, a little hip activation there. Now we're gonna hold this position with our legs, and we're gonna rotate toward our front leg without letting our hips move at all. So imagine you're holding onto a big stick, and that's where we're going. So tuck, and big stick. Again, try to keep your front knee pointed towards your second toe. It's a lot harder than it looks. And we're same side. You're gonna go right back to that same rotation again. So this should be challenging because you were activated through the lower body. Resisting as you open back up. Feel a little bit of tension between the shoulder blades. Woo. This one's always harder than I think it's gonna be. And big exhale. Think wringing out your midsection. Great job, almost there. This is your last big twist. And right back to center and release. Good, we're gonna switch sides. We'll come back to that side and do another layer in a few moments, but tuck your hips underneath. Again, shin and knee pressing to the ground. Arms open wide, brace your core. And exhale, we're moving away. I'm moving away from you. Check in with that front knee. For me, I know that when I rotate, I want to bring my knee in like this. Okay, so I'm working on hip stability to keep it in line with my toes. Good job, good job. Hips tucked under. It's like an asymmetric glute squeeze. Coming right at you. That should feel really nice through your mid to upper back as you're twisting and really stretching out through the mid back. And one more big twist. Keep your arms strong. And right back through center. Now, if you have that weight or if you have a water bottle and you want to use it, here's what's going to happen. Switch legs. So go back to your first kneeling leg. Tuck your hips underneath. Okay. We're going to come right in front of the face. We're going to do a down chop. So down chop to the hip and come right back to the face. Let's go ahead and begin. Down chop. Again, we're still trying to keep our hips tucked and our front knee lined up with our toes. Good. Again, just even if you have your hands together, okay, and you're just holding them tight, it'll still offer you a little bit of resistance in this position. This becomes easy, it means you've probably untucked your hips. So keep them under. Almost there. Let's get one more big rep in. And right back to center. And hold. You can set your weight down if you want, or just hold on to it to switch sides. Again, we're tucking our hips under. Weight starts right in front of our face. Get ready. And begin. Drop it across the hip. Knee presses open. These stabilizing core exercises are always so much more challenging than they look. Keep it coming. Woo. Again, think about your hips. Getting a little too cozy right there. You need to tuck under. Now think about your rib cage. It's moving, right? We're actually feeling a twist here. And just one more time, tuck it under. And done. All right, that's your timer. All right, we are moving on. So we are going to come up to a standing position. Okay, you don't need to wait for this one. You'll add a little bit of a lunge here. So it looks like this. You're gonna lunge back. You can lunge as deep as you want. You wanna stay high, that's fine, but you're gonna lunge. You're gonna launch yourself forward into a warrior position. You can have your arms open if you want to, and then we're gonna go right back into that lunge, and then brace the core to launch forward. Okay, so that's all it is, one side at a time. And here we go. Baby lunge, brace, and launch and hold. Whenever you're ready, go right back down into it. You don't have to go with my timing. But I do want your hips to be parallel to the floor when you go into that warrior position. It's kind of hard, isn't it? And back down. Good. If you're moving too fast for this, it's going to be hard to balance. So really take a deep breath. Exhale to reach. And then one more time. And your time is up on that side. All right, we're gonna switch it out. So shake out those legs a little bit. Get ready for your next lunge. So tuck under. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Into our warrior. Good. Again, belly button parallel to the ground, hips parallel to the ground. We're gonna do a little rotation on the next layer. So keep that for the next minute. Now think about squeezing your backside just a little bit as you go into that extended position. It's going to help you keep your balance. Good job. One more time. All right. Our time is up in 3 seconds, so do whatever you can do. And done. Okay. Here's where it gets a little bit challenging. We're gonna go back to the first side, take a little lunge, okay? We're gonna reach open, reach open right here. Now check this out. We are gonna just pull this arm and drop into a rotation and go right back to center and then come out of it into a lunge. That's like your saving grace, okay? Your lunge is where you breathe and then you go back into that again. So if you didn't see it, it looks like this. From your warrior position, you're gonna pull, rotate your hip open, arm can drop if you want, and then right back to lunge. All right, let's try it, see how it goes. So lunging first, brace, launch into it, hold, pull, same arm as leg as you open up the hip, return back to your warrior position, and then drop to your lunge. Do it again. Exhale, open the hip. Doesn't have to be very big open. Great job. Let's try to get 1 or 2 more, and it's okay. If you feel like you're wobbling too much, you can also kickstand this, just like this. Okay, that's perfectly fine. And 10 seconds left on your timer. Do whatever you can do. It's a hard move. I know, I'm struggling too. Time's up. Woo, shake out, guys. I think that front leg kind of got burnt out, didn't it? All right, same thing. I'm going to turn to the other side. So you're not getting a glute shot the whole time here. All right, so lunging position. Ready, set, and launch. Good. Remember that rotation? Pull, and back to it, and then lunge. Good. Remember the option. I'm going to show that option one more time. Toe tap, open the hip, and step back into the lunge. Not going to talk too much through this because it's hard to balance. But I will tell you we have 10 seconds left, so do what you can do. And that's your timer right there. You're done. Ooh, that was a hard one. All right, let's have a little fun. We're going to do some walkouts, okay? If you need a quick drink, go ahead and do that. But we're going to do walkouts into push-ups. And these can be push-ups on your knees if you want to. So layer 1 is walkouts to push-ups. Looks like this. All the way out, knees or toes, push up, brace your core, walk yourself back up, and then just stand tall, okay? So after that, we get to do the flamingo rocket launcher. We haven't done those for a while. So tip over, strong hands on the ground, push up, and walk yourself back. If that push-up doesn't feel good, just hold a plank, that's fine. Try to be a little more intentional with these push-ups, slow them down, okay, to feel your entire core working to move you up and down off the ground. Now there's only 10 seconds left, so you might just get half of this move done and then stay down on the ground, that's fine. And that's your timer right there. Sit back and stretch. All right, so I'm gonna bring an element of balance back in, surprise. Here's what it looks like. Standing on one leg, okay, you're gonna stay on this leg the whole time, one leg off the ground. You're gonna soften your standing leg, brace the core. You're gonna reach out to the ground, walk out, okay? If you can do your push-up on one leg, I want you to try it. If not, you can drop to your knee, just like that. You're gonna keep that leg off the ground and soften the knee. It comes to standing and you're balancing. Trying not to touch the leg down at all if you can help it. So let's see how many we can do. It's a big move, so don't feel bad if you just get a couple in. That push-up is hard with one leg lifted. It causes you to fight rotation. We're standing leg bent and rise again. Good work, good work. Woo! We're getting a lot of glute work tonight, along with our abdominals. So hopefully you were wanting some of that. Here's the last one. And as you rise, balance at the top, hold, and you did it. Whew. All right, shake out the legs. Take a big stretch up, and we'll go to the other side right away. So roll the shoulders back, change legs, balance on the other leg, soften your standing leg, and let's go for it. Don't forget the push-up in the bottom if you can. The slower, the better. There's no need to rush this move. All right, you've got time for about one more. Let's get after it. As we come back out of this final walkout, I want you to balance at the top. You got 2 seconds and you're done. Whew. Nice work. All right, it's sweating like crazy right here. Okay, so we're gonna use our weight again. If you don't want to use the weight, no problem, but we're gonna we're gonna start with our weight overhead, just holding it, bracing the core, the glute squeeze to the back, and a toe tap down. Okay, so you're holding an isometric hold here for the upper back and shoulders. Shouldn't put too much stress on the shoulders, but obviously option, no weight, not a problem. So this is just glutes and balance. Here we go. All right, bracing and lift. Slowly tap down. So I know you might be thinking, why is this working my core? How is this working my core? Guess what? Your core goes from like under your ribs all the way down to the top of your thighs and all the way around. And this is creating stability for your back, okay, while you're in an upright and erect position. Holding the weight overhead causes you not to slump forward, right? Puts you in good postural alignment. That's why we're doing it. Good job. Now be mindful that your back doesn't start to arch while you're lifting that leg. If you need to tip forward slightly, you can. Let's do one more time. And time is up. Good, give those arms a little break. Whew. Same thing on the other side. So get your footing, take your leg behind you, weight goes straight up. And here we go. The shoulders shrug down and we lift. So every time you do this, every time your leg goes back, think about pulling the abdominals in. That's going to keep you from arching the back. Good job. Strong, straight arms, softness in the elbow, but no bend. All right, over halfway. We've got this. All right, can you give me 2 more lifts right here? Come on, keep those arms up. You got it. And last one. And done. All right, we're gonna take the weight out of the equation and we're gonna use a little bit more movement to work on stability. Okay, so shake out your arms, looks like this. Arms start up, arms start down. We're gonna lift the arms and legs together. We're gonna crunch elbow to knee, and then we're gonna go right back here. So let's try it together. Lift and crunch without rounding your back, and lift, crunch. So what's really common when we lift our front knee is that we do this action right here and we bend our spine. But I want you to think about lifting with those lower abdominals and squeezing down. Now, if you want a little bit more from this, add a little pressure on your knee as you bring your arms down. With the isometric pressure, hold and lift. Good, let's try one more time here and lift. Very good. All right, shake out. Those isometric holds are hard. All right, same thing other side. Get ready. Here we go. So arms and legs lift together. Just try the crunch first, right, with the hold. Once you get it, add the press. Think about that knee. It's getting up nice and high. No, we're not doing like a rocking horse motion here. Just extending and then lifting. This is your chance. If you want to start adding the press, activate the abdominals, hold, and lift. But the chest stays upright, right? Still working on that posture. Good job. One more time. And that is it. Your time is up for that one. All right, let's see where we're at. We just got a couple minutes left. Let me see. What do we want to do next? Okay, we have Tabata 4. So hopefully you're ready for that. We're going to start on our back, okay? And we're going to start with our legs kind of in a butterfly position. So belly button pulled in. We're right here, okay? Hands can be behind the head. They could be by your side. You're going to extend your legs out, together, and in. And out, together, and in. Okay, that's your whole move. So heels press together, low back presses to the ground. Then we're going to roll over to one side, okay, and go into a side bend with a pull. All right, so these are 2 moves, and you'll just alternate sides each time you do it. We're also going to alternate directions of that frog movement, and I'll show you as we go. No big deal. All right. This is Tabata style, so we're just doing 20 seconds at a time. So let's start with our frog. Feet together, heels together, and extend open, flex, and heels in. Again, open, flex, heels in. Might feel a little grinding and popping in the hips, but you're trying to brace the core here and keep your back down. And one more time. And done. Good. Take this time to roll over to one side on your elbow. Okay. Option if you want it. You can be up here on your hand and knee. Okay. It's up to you. So here, elbow or hand, your choice. But I want you to think about that same motion that you were doing with the frog. Your knee is opening out to the side, not in front of your body. So elbow to knee. Reach and bend. Good work, good work. And done. Now remember which side you just did, because we'll do that other one next time. Lay on your back. Heels start together. This time we're going to push our feet out, open, and together. Here we go. Push in front, open, together. You want to engage your inner thighs as you press forward. And if you need to go up a little higher, makes it gentler on the low back. Done. All right, roll to the other side. Again, elbow or hand. Reach your arm nice and long and begin. Elbow to knee. Think about exhaling as you drive the elbow and knee towards one another. Almost there, 3 more. All right, we're gonna do this set one more time through. So on your back, we'll start with the beginning sequence with our legs going out to the side. So heels together, core brace, and begin. Open, flex, together. Allow your feet to move as well. Really work on pointing and flexing. Feels good on the ankles. And you are done. Okay, go to your original side. Again, this is the last time on this side. So choose that harder option if you want it. Up on the hand, reach and pull. You got it. Come on, a little bigger squeeze at the top. Pause there for an extra second. One more. And done. Lay to your back. We'll go back to that frog, but this time legs extend forward for the first movement. Core nice and tight. Exhale to begin. And point the toes together. Done. All right, flip to the other side. Last 20 seconds of work, and then we're gonna take a nice gentle stretch, okay? So bring it up and pull. I think we should have called this core and glutes tonight. What do you think? A little bit of extra glute work there, sorry. 3 seconds to go. And done. All right, go ahead and turn over onto your hands and knees and round your back. Woo, release. And then stretch your hips back, arms forward into a child's pose. We're gonna drop our elbows to the ground, put our hands together, and just take our hands right behind our head, putting a little pressure on our elbows to the ground. Helps engage that stretch a little more for our back and shoulders and triceps. And then release. Come onto your hands and knees again. Take one arm, just take a rotation. Don't try to go too high, but just up, feel the ribcage move. And then just slide that arm underneath. Lay the shoulder to the ground. And let's do that one more time on this side. Just a little bit of reach. And then weave it underneath. Let's try the same thing on the opposite side. And last time, big inhale up. And exhale. That arm underneath. Put a little pressure on the ground with your shoulder. Enjoy the rotation through the trunk. And then walk your hands back to underneath your shoulders and bring them to your hips. Push your elbows out to the side, tuck your hips. Just enjoy a little stretch for the front of the body. And then into a side bend. And switch to the other side. All right, that is all for tonight. 30 minutes of core, you knocked it out. Good job. Thank you for joining me.